Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be instructing you in 4 Pilates mat exercises that you can do at home. These exercises are great for building strength and improving your body awareness. So when you come into the studio, we can progress to those more advanced exercises. So we're going to get started lying on your back. And in between exercises today, I'll cue you to pause the video so you can perform 10 repetitions at your own pace. You're going to take your hands in 2-letter C's. Place them on your rib cage, the front of your ribs underneath your fingers and the back of your ribs underneath your thumbs. Knees bent, feet are hip width apart. Take a breath in through your nose. Feel your rib cage expand out into your hands. And as you exhale, your ribs are going to start to narrow down. So imagine you have 360 degrees of expansion as you inhale. So your ribs expand east to west and front to back. Exhale fully through your mouth, resisting that air through your mouth. And again, inhaling, getting that beautiful 360-degree expansion. And then fully exhaling. Feel free to pause the video to complete more repetitions. Arms come down at your sides, moving into pelvic clocks. Imagine your belly button is 12 o'clock, your pubic bone is 6 o'clock. Tilt your pelvis down so your tailbone is nice and heavy. Start to make a circle on the floor underneath you. Circling the pelvis, but relaxing your abs, relaxing your glutes, and you're simply just rocking your pelvis like a bag of bones, getting mobility in your pelvic girdle. As you're circling, you're just noticing your breath. And then you're going to pause and circle the opposite direction, tracing a circle underneath your pelvis. You can make this a big circle, you can make it a little circle, whatever feels appropriate. And then coming back to the center, imagine you're going to tilt right in between that 12 to 6 o'clock position, a little tiny bit of airflow under your back. Arms come down at your sides, breathe in. And then as you exhale, pull your right knee to 90 degrees and 90 degrees at your hip. Lower it down. Inhale as you pull the opposite one. Exhale as you lower down. So what is the intention here? The intention is that you're keeping that position in your pelvis as you're marching your legs up and down. So you're moving slowly and controlled. Just exhaling as you go down. Inhale to come up. So feel free to pause the video there and progress your repetitions. The next time you lift your leg up, you're going to meet the other leg. So both of your legs are in what I would call tabletop, or 90 degrees of hip flexion, 90 degrees of knee flexion. If your lower back is arching, just feel free to pull your knees a little closer to your chest. As you breathe in, and then exhale, tap one foot down to the floor, and then slowly bring it back up. And opposite leg. So what are we looking for here? I want you to feel like the back of your pelvis is heavy on the mat. So lower back is not smashed on the mat. You just have a heavy pelvis. And if you're exhaling on the way down, that should create that control in your abdominal muscles that keeps your pelvis in that position. And you can always put a pillow under your head if you feel any strain in your neck. That will support your shoulders. And again, feel free to pause the video and perform more repetitions at your own pace. Feet come down, preparing for bridge. Breathe in. As you exhale, we're tilting your pelvis. The tailbone starts to lift off first. You come up into a bridge. Pause at the top, breathe in. As you exhale, I want the back of your rib cage, so right below your shoulder blades, to start to melt down first And then everything else in your spine, like dominoes, lowers down, and your tailbone is the last thing to hit. You breathe in, ribs expand. You let your breath out, tilt your pelvis. The tailbone starts to curl towards your belly button. Standing into your feet. Pause for that breath in. Exhale, melting your spine down. Feel free to pause the video to do more repetitions. Next exercise is going to be chest lift. Hands interlace behind your head. Elbows wrap around. Take a breath in to lengthen your spine. As you exhale, you're starting to send your gaze in between your thighs. There should be a little bit of space between your chin and chest. Press the back of your head into your hands and then lower all the way down. Breathing in, lengthening through the top of your head. Let a little bit of that breath out. Curl up. Keeping the length, pressing the back of your head into your hands, lowering down with control. You should see your elbows in your peripheral vision the entire time. So just watching to make sure the elbows aren't splayed out to the side. Lowering down. Feel free to pause the video and perform more repetitions. We're going to roll over onto your belly for the last exercise. So in this position, you want your forehead resting on your hands. Elbows are wide, legs are nice and relaxed. Breathe in as you lift your chest and gaze at the front of your mat. So your neck is nice and long. You're not extending your neck too much, and then lowering down. And again, floating the forehead up, expanding through the chest, and exhaling down. So this is such a great exercise for improving posture and feeling more upright. And the next one, the progression there would be to hold. And if you feel capable, float your hands up to your forehead and hands come down and everything melts down. And one more time, press the arms into the floor, float the chest up, gaze at the edge of your mat. Float your hands to your forehead. Keep the chest lifted. Hands come down, and then you lower everything down. Feel free to pause the video to perform more repetitions. So I hope you enjoy those exercises. Definitely feel free to email me, and I'd be happy to answer any questions. Have fun!